My name is Steve Case. I am a senior admissions counselor here at Western Michigan University. Like I said before, I am a former transfer student, not to Western, another school in the state, but I kind of know how that process works, some of the good things, some of the maybe not so good things, and that's what we try to help students with so those things don't happen. Been here about 2.5 years, been working with transfer students for about 5 years. Love it. It's been great. Met a lot of great people and worked with a lot of really good students. So,
Yeah,
Carrie?
my name's Carrie Greeman. I'm also a transfer counselor in the Office of Admissions. I'm also an alumni of Western. I graduated in 2017 with my bachelor's in interpersonal communication and a minor in psychology. And I transferred from Kellogg Community College, where I was at for about a year and a half. So if anyone's coming from KCC, welcome. I'm also from Battle Creek. So that just gives you a little bit of a background about myself. And yeah, we're just here to kind of go over some next steps with you guys since you guys are all admitted students. And so we're super excited just to talk to you about all that good stuff and then see if you guys have any questions that we can help you with.
Yep. Yeah, we do know that the majority of you are admitted students. There may be a few that aren't from our social media posts, but we will help out with the admitted student steps, as well as we'll go over a little bit of the application process, what we're looking for, things like that. Just so some of you know, if you do have any questions or would like to send us a question for us to answer, we're going to go through a little bit of a kind of an overview of our website and some of the steps for that. And then we'll take some questions at the end about any part of the process, and we're happy to help you. So if you give me 1 second, let me pull things up here. Okay. Hey, Jacob, I think my share screen is disabled right now. If you're out there, Jacob. Bear with us. This is also our first time doing this, so we're sort of learning on the fly as well.
Try it again. It should not be.
Okay, I think we're good now. Thanks, Jacob. All right. You don't want to see my email, but good. All right. Carrie, can we see my the transfer student page? Is that what's up?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Perfect. So for all students, this is our transfer student page, kind of the home page for everything. We're going to scroll down. First, we'll touch the apply section later because I know most of you are admitted already. So we are going to go to the Admitted Broncos Next Steps page. All right, so this is going to give you sort of a checklist of all of the steps necessary when it comes to becoming a Bronco in your given semester. Many of you are fall, maybe a couple of you are in the summer semester. But so what we have here is the first things first. Many of you that were admitted should have been sent an email with your GoW information. It'll give you your BroncoNet ID, as well as your Western identification, your WIN number. That'll allow you to set up your GoW account. There's some links here that you can do if you have an issue with your password. You can click the change password link, as well as gives you the help desk number, as well as the email if there are any technical questions. Also, you can always reach out to either of us, and we can make sure we get you in touch with the proper areas. So you'll want to log into your GoW account, check your Bronco email, your WMU email. You'll probably, as admitted students, you should have already received some emails through your Bronco email already. Be sure to keep that in mind, because once you do start as a student, that's where the majority of your professors, your tutors, or anyone else is going to be communicating with you. So next step of the process is the advising appointment. So many of you may be already done this. Obviously, with the way things are going right now, the structure of this has changed a little bit, but you are still able to make an advising appointment with any of your academic colleges. So we are going to do that. It's going to take you down to some advising links. So what I did there is all I did was just sort of opened a new tab there for those students on the Make an Advising Appointment link. Whoa, that's not what I want. There we go. All right. So it'll show you all of our academic colleges and their phone numbers, locations, and where you can go to schedule an advising appointment. Right now, with the nature of things, we would probably encourage you to call those folks to let them know that you are looking to seek an advising appointment, get that on their calendars. Some of them do have the online advising option. You can click on it and go to their schedule appointment. Arts and Sciences is like that. College of Ed is like that. Even if the bookings may look full, still give them a call. Oftentimes they set aside times and make it look like it's busy, but it's actually, they just sort of set that time aside to make sure that they have time for students, whether it's walk-ins, things like that. So make sure that you are contacting your academic advisors. Many of you, if you are recently admitted, you maybe have not gotten your credit evaluation yet. Typically that will happen within 1 to 2 weeks of your admit date. We will get those credit evaluations out to you. Maybe give it a couple extra days given the situation. Our credit evaluators are working really hard to get those out as quickly as possible. Carrie, how am I doing so far? Anything to add?
Good. I'm just going to add real quickly that if you haven't met with your academic advisor and you guys are registered or ready to register for classes, just make sure that you schedule an appointment with them, because we do put a hold on students' accounts so that they have to register or meet with their academic advisors before they can register for classes. This is just because we want to make sure that you guys are, understanding how your classes are all transferring in, and also just making sure that you aren't like re-registering for classes that you've already completed at the community college level or another four-year institution. So just keep that in mind, that when you're registered for classes, you can't do it right away. You do have to have your appointment set and completed before going in to register.
Thanks, Gary. Yep, absolutely. And you can always click on this nice little video here and hear Carrie's voice walk you through the advising process if you would like. We have a couple videos and we'll get to those here shortly. So also, you'll want to make sure that you have done your FAFSA. You'll want to go to the free application for federal student aid website that is open and ongoing if you haven't already. We will be getting financial aid offers out to students within the next few weeks. Probably around Easter, I believe, is the target date where they're going to start sending those out. Typically, those would have gone out around this time, late March, early April, but with the COVID-19 situation, it's delayed that. So if any of you are anxiously awaiting your financial aid offers, we can assure you those should be coming out to you soon. But you want to make sure you have that FAFSA in so that links up with your admitted status, and then you'll be able to move forward.
And just a reminder that if you guys do have any questions, one just popped up.
Okay.
Looking over here as well, I have a dual screen, so if I'm not looking at the camera, that's why. So I've tried to schedule an advising appointment, but I've not heard back. And how long do you think it would take to hear back? So it really depends, I think, on your academic advising office. I would reach out individually to your academic advisor rather than calling the main line. So if you do want to message me, you can also message me privately with your academic major, and I can give you the information for your personal academic advisor so you can contact them directly.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Gary. Thanks, Gary. Also, for students that are looking for scholarship opportunities, unfortunately, many of our scholarship opportunities have passed. We do have some community college scholarships for those. So for those of you that are coming from a community college, we do have a few opportunities that are still going on. You can see these right here, our transfer scholarships. Now, the majority of these are academic based, and all you need to do is be admitted and meet the criteria to be eligible for these scholarships. You can see those would be the Community College Scholars Award as well as the Community College Honors Award. And you can see the criteria here, and obviously check this link at any time. For those of you that have indicated that you're a Phi Theta Kappa member, now that you are admitted, if you haven't already, you should have received an email with the Phi Theta Kappa Alumni Scholarship application. There is an additional scholarship, being that is our most lucrative and competitive scholarship. And also just to remember, all of these scholarships, you are considered for all three. If you qualify, you can only receive one if you are chosen. They are competitive, and we are going to be probably deliberating those scholarships probably, I would say, end of May, early May, and hopefully get those out by the end of May.
So we do have one question regarding the community college scholarships and how long it'll take to hear back.
Sure.
So we recently just pushed back the deadline so basically once students apply for the community college scholars and honors, we go off based off your application. So it has been pushed back to the 15th. So we're hoping to possibly get decisions out to May, I believe is our goal right now.
Right.
Unless the scholarship deadline does get pushed back, then hearing back from us would also get pushed back.
Yeah, this is a very fluid time, obviously, as many of you can imagine. We want to give all of our students the best opportunity, given all of the situations, to be eligible for scholarships. However, we do need to put a firm deadline, and we realize that, so we can get that information out to you. Typically, in a normal year, we would have those scholarship offers out, I believe, by mid-May. About right, Carrie, I think?
Typically, yeah.
So hopefully we can still get them around about that time, but if it is a small delay, we assure you we'll get those out as soon as possible.
And we also have another question. Is there any application for the other scholarships? No, just for the PTK.
Correct. Yep. All you need to do is be admitted and meet the qualifications for the Scholars and Honors Award, and you will be automatically considered for those. Yes. Any other questions while we're stopped, Carrie?
Not at the moment.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so moving right along, we talked about that. There is one area I want to make note of for students. That is going to be through our financial aid endowed scholarships. All right, if you scroll down, you're going to go to where it says endowed scholarships, and it's going to ask you to log in with your GoWMU account information. And this is going to take you to our Scholarship Universe website. This is going to be, it's obviously going to look different for you because you're going to be students. I'm obviously not a student. So, but what you would do is it would prompt you and ask you a number of questions regarding your major, where you're from, your GPA, some other interests. And then you would put these in this database, and our database will pull in all of the external, or maybe if there's any internal scholarships that you may qualify for, and bring them all in one place. So then you can go and apply for everything that you feel like you qualify for. This is sort of a new thing within the last month and a half or so. A lot of our students have used it already and have received word. So just wanted to make sure that you know that is an opportunity for you as well. And this is something that you can continue to use while you're actually a student at Western. We always like to tell students that the scholarships don't stop once you start at Western, they continue on and keep going. Yes.
So we have a couple questions regarding the scholarships right now. So for the Community College Honors Award, do you have to be from a community college, or can it be from a four-year? It does have to be from a community college. Currently, we are only awarding community college students those 3 scholarships. And then we also have, once you are admitted, do we have to reapply? I believe I changed my start date. Is there any other steps I need to take to enroll? So Steve, do you want to talk about with the fall, it has to be awarded for fall students?
Oh, yes. So these scholarships, yeah, that is a great point, Carrie. Thanks for bringing that up. These scholarships are only available, the community college scholarships are only available for fall starting students, because obviously students are continuing to take classes, and that's the way our scholarships are structured right now moving forward. So anyone that starts in the summer sessions or at a spring session, you could be eligible to apply for academic college scholarships while you're a student, but the 3 community college scholarships are only available for community college fall starting students.
Yes, and so another question is, I won't be done with my current school until midsummer, so will those credits be recalculated into my credit evaluation? And yes, as soon as you if you complete any courses and you haven't sent us your updated transcripts, resend us your transcripts so we can send you that updated credit evaluation.
Absolutely. Yep. We encourage every student, make sure as soon as you submit or finish credits, we ask that you submit an updated transcript, or if you just want to wait until you are completely done with what all the credits that you are registered for at your current institution, send that final transcript so we can get those updated. When you meet with your academic advisor, just let them know that, hey, I am enrolled in credits currently. And a lot of times they can help you work your schedule around those credits, just with the knowledge that obviously you would need to pass those courses with a C or higher, a 2.0 or higher, in order for those to be applied to your degree works.
Mm-hmm. And then another student asked if you could take a step back about how you get to Scholarship Universe, because
yeah, absolutely. So we're on the admitted Bronco checklist right now. Okay, scroll down to apply for scholarships. You'll click that. You'll scroll down to financial aid endowed scholarships. Click the review details button. And then you'll scroll down to where it says endowment scholarships. And you're going to click the login button. That will prompt you to put in your GoWMU BroncoNet ID and password information, and that will get you logged into Scholarship Universe, and you'll be able to move forward and get your information in from there.
Cool.
All right, perfect. So moving on. So for some of you that may want to go ahead and put down your enrollment deposit, your confirmation deposit for your $100 towards your tuition, and indicate that you're going to become a Bronco, you can do that right here by clicking on this link. You can actually view my tutorial. It's something that I actually put together. It's my voice you're going to be hearing, so any bad jokes that you hear, just laugh and give me that satisfaction, I guess. But I take you through the steps on how to go through the enrollment deposit. You can complete all of these steps without doing that. So if you're not comfortable with putting down that deposit right away, you can still register, do your advising appointment. You can still register for courses. You can still register for housing, things like that. The deposit will just indicate to us that you are ready to become a Bronco, and that will go towards your enrollment deposit. Anything, Carrie? All right, moving on. So for those of you that are looking for on-campus housing, you will want to go and sign up for housing if you haven't already. You can click on this link. It'll take you to our residence life page. Obviously, you can see some of our COVID-19 precautions, some of the updates on that. But if you scroll down, it'll kind of show you kind of where we're at right now. So if any of you have yet to sign up for fall 2020 housing, it is ongoing. You can click the fall 2020 housing sign up and go right down to new student sign up and sign up for housing. It'll take you to the housing portal, ask you some questions. I don't have access to that, but you as students, you should be able to log into that, and it'll take you down through step by step. You'll need your GoWMU account information, and you'll be able to sign up for housing. And as you can see, Roommate Finder went live up today. So once you get signed up, you should be enrolled in that. And then once you are able to pick your residence hall, your actual living space on campus, those contracts will be started to send out May 10th. Yes. How are we looking, Carrie? I see that we have a couple Q&As. What do those look like?
They say, how do you apply to be an RA? I was curious. Everyone said I should. Is it true RAs get free housing?
As far as RAs getting free housing, I would encourage you to reach out to Residence Life on that. I know that they do have opportunities for students to be an RA. I believe you have to live on campus at least one semester before you apply, right, Carrie?
Sorry, I'm on mute because I'm typing and I didn't want to interrupt because I'm doing some private answers as well that you guys can But then, so for, you have to be an RA, you have to be on campus for at least 1 year.
Oh, it's 1 year. Okay. Yep. But you can, in that second semester, you can apply to be an RA for the following semester, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely. Cool. Okay. So that is housing. So also orientation sign up. Now, orientation is optional for transfer students. You can attend it if you'd like. We do highly encourage it. It's a great opportunity to dot your I's, cross your T's, make sure everything is good to go for you to get started. You can register for our transfer orientation right here. I'll take you to our student transition. Show you that registration is currently open. Just click that button there and follow the directions. Essentially, it's going to be at the moment on campus. Later on in the summer, we'll bring you together. It's a typically short afternoon and allows you to get some information from our student transitions office, get you familiar with campus, get your some of your paperwork done, or speak with anybody on campus that you need to get everything done for. We'll also be available at that time if you need to talk to anybody in admissions. We're happy to help you with that. Also, you will be sent some transfer modules to complete. Those will go to your GoWMU account. They're essentially online tutorials to get you familiar with the process, to get you familiar with campus and some of the resources that we have on campus.
We do have one question is, when will we hear about our room selection after we signed up for housing?
So typically, once you sign up for housing, I believe the housing office will reach out and let you know when you're actually able to sign up on campus and pick your room. That way, because they do it in sign up order. So any students that signed up prior will have first dibs, and then you will be able to sign up once your day comes. And I believe housing should reach out to students with that information once you have signed up. Okay. All right, and then moving on to your final transcripts. So obviously, as we said, you'll want to make sure you submit your final complete transcripts from whatever college or university you are attending. Make sure we have that final transcript. You can send it right to this email electronically, or if you need to send it to our admissions office, we can provide that information for you. It's right here on the side, our Office of Admissions, and with that addressed in the paper mail. We typically get that stuff updated pretty quickly, within a couple weeks. Usually we try to, depending on the time of year, it might get a little, traffic might get a little heavier, but we promise we will get you the credit that you deserve once we get those final transcripts in. Good, Carrie, any questions?
Not at the moment. I'm just answering some privately right now.
Okay, understood.
Go on
Cool.
to the next step. I think we're all set.
Yep, great. So just so you know, kind of give you an idea, these links to some of these tutorial videos, that will give you the opportunity to kind of talk through the process. It links to our YouTube videos. I'm gonna just mute it right now, but it kind of just shows you everything. So goes that for YouTube, and then same thing here with this video tutorial. So as you can see, there we are. We do have some other virtual events. Obviously, you can, if any of you have yet to go to campus, you can take our virtual tour. Typically, the easiest way I like to tell people is just type in the search box virtual tour, search that on their campus, and it'll take you right to the link. And it will show you our virtual tour of campus, show you what campus is like. Obviously, we hope to reopen our visits later on this summer. Tentatively, I think right now that's in May, I believe, but we will obviously keep in touch with students about that and communicate that with that information. Any other updates with our university, how things are going, you can go to our website, our main page, scroll down and click here for anything regarding anything related to Western Michigan and the COVID-19 pandemic. Like I said, hopefully everyone's doing all right out there, being safe. We'd like to make sure that we're here for you. We want to make sure of that. So as promised, I wanted to talk a little bit about, real quick, about the application process, because some of you may not have applied quite yet. Right now, if you go to our transfer page again, click on the Apply Now button. You'll simply scroll down and you will go start or check your application, and it will go into our golden gateway. If you have started an application, maybe haven't submitted it, you can still sign in here and just go ahead and finish that application. If you have yet to sign up, or if you've yet to start an application at all, just click the sign up button and it will take you through some of those steps. It will send you an email prompting you to create your password, and then it will get you right into the application. Once we have your application, we look for all of the transcripts that you have attended post high school, and I will bring up that admissions criteria. So, as I said, we will look for all post high school transcripts. If you have more than 24 credits completed at a college, university, post high school, we would only look at that college credit to make a decision. If you have less than 24 credits, or maybe the majority of your credits were done as a dual enrollment student, something like that, we would need your final high school transcripts and testing. And we have gone test optional. If you can get us your testing, great. We would definitely use that. Especially if you are an engineering student, they often look at the math test scores to help with your engineering placement within the college. But if you cannot get that to us, or if you are out of high school more than 2 years, that is not a requirement. All right. As I said, you can get those transcripts to us at either this address or this email electronically. And make sure that the transcripts come directly from the institution. We can only consider them official and use them for an admissions decision if they come from each institution. So say if you have the institution email them directly to you and you forward them to us, unfortunately we can't use that as official. Same thing if you have them mail it to you and then you forward the mail to us, same situation. So just have them email it or mail it directly to our office. And usually most of the institutions in the state and in the Midwest know how to do that pretty easily. How we doing, Carrie?
There's good. I'm looking through some ones that might be able to be answered out loud. What on-campus job would you recommend as a transfer student? Being a campus ambassador is always a really great option. I also worked in the dining halls when I was a junior and senior on campus, and you do get free meals when you work in the dining halls, even if you don't have a meal plan, so that's also great. I also interned for the College of Arts and Sciences as well, so there are some interning opportunities on campus as well, if that's something you're interested in. Is there any other jobs you can think of, Steve, that you would recommend?
I mean, I was going to pull up the Handshake. So for all of our students, once you are admitted, you have access to the Handshake website. This is kind of just giving you search tips. Do you know the actual website for that, Carrie?
There should be a link, I believe, or you can access it through your GoWMU account as well. Yeah,
the Handshake link should be on your GoWMU account. And this will give you, it's essentially a job board on campus. It'll give you all of the open positions. It'll allow you to apply for any of the positions that you're interested in. We do have a number of transfers in our office that work as student ambassadors, whether that's giving tours, helping with events, things like that. A lot of them do also work in dining. We have some that work with campus safety, pretty much within their academic colleges. Excuse me, a lot of them have their own positions. So whether that's business college, engineering, what have you, there's also positions in those administrative offices. So really, I mean, I would say I mean, our students seem to enjoy their jobs. I mean, as far as that goes, as far as making recommendations. But I mean, obviously, it really depends on the person, what you're interested in doing, what you're looking to interact with, things like that. So.
Some other questions that we have about housing that you might have answered while I was typing, but are we advised to live on campus, or is it possible to live off campus? It's not required to live on campus if you're not, or it's never required to live on campus if you do not wish to live on campus.
Mm-hmm.
We also do have some questions about would you suggest students who are their way to plan to live in campus housing? I did live in the specific transfer student housing on campus my sophomore year. And I would recommend doing it just because it does give you the opportunity to have that four-year experience that I personally didn't get at my community college, just because they didn't offer student housing. So I would recommend, if you're interested in living on campus housing, I would definitely recommend it. I met a lot of friends through that, coming in as transfer students. I kind of felt like maybe I was, a little bit behind compared to the other students my age, because they already kind of were, in the groove of everything. So I would recommend living on campus if you are ever interested in doing that, for sure.
So yeah, so thanks for mentioning that, Carrie. So if you go back to the admitted student checklist, and you scroll down to the housing, it'll actually give you a link for the transfer learning communities, and it'll give you a link to Schilling Hall, and talk to you a little bit about what that's about. Also, talk to you a little bit about if you were to live in a single room at Schilling Hall, it is at a discounted rate. Those do go up pretty quickly. So if you are interested in that, I would encourage you to sign up for housing and request that as soon as possible. I don't have information on what's available at this point, but housing would, and they would be available to take any questions as well. Okay. So I think that kind of covers everything as far as the transfer process, kind of what we are looking to present to students. We can open it up for questions. I know Carrie's been working hard on answering some of your individual questions.
Trying, I'm a slow typer. Some questions that have not been answered. There are jobs available in the bookstore if you do wish to work in the bookstore. I had a few friends who did work and they really loved it. So that's always an option for students as well. You already went over the online orientation quizzes. You do have to complete the online orientation quizzes, I believe, is it October, I believe?
Yeah, I think it's early October is they'd like to have those done by. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And also, when can you apply for jobs on campus? You can apply for jobs basically whenever they post it. They will let you know specifically what semester they're looking for you to start. So they could be even posting jobs now for the fall semester, but I know within our office we typically wait, I believe, until the summer months to actually start hiring for the fall. But so I would just keep an eye out on the Handshake account to see specifically. Some do start now because they just want to make sure that they have enough students when they start in first semester in the fall. Does Western have free access to the rec center? Yes, we do. We do not have to pay anything extra being a student. That you have total free access to the rec center as a student.
Yeah, and gives me a good opportunity. If you go to the top of our website and click on Student Life, it'll give you a lot of information about what there is to do on campus. Obviously, we have a lot of opportunities for all new students, freshmen transfers to join different fraternities, sororities, clubs, organizations. What you can go to is our student engagement site. And it will talk to you a little bit about an overview about what student engagement is like, give you a video as well as some of our services that we offer. And if you scroll down to the student organization section and you can click on that, it'll give you all of our student organizations based on different areas of interest, or if you go to the Find More button, it will give you a list of all of them. And it'll often give you communication information about who to get in touch with if you're looking to join those. Looks like my computer is going a little slow right now, but It'll give you the contact information. And oftentimes at the beginning of each semester, we often have in the winter or in the fall, we have our Bronco Bash, where a lot of our organizations, a lot of our fraternities, sororities, Greek life will have tables out for students to get familiar with what groups, what places they want to rush for, where they want to join. Do the same thing in the winter semester. Typically that's held inside of the rec center for students. Also, I don't think this is going to load, but also it gives you opportunities for if you're looking at intramurals, club sports, things like that. You can go to our sports clubs, and if you're looking to be competitive, it does have information about some of our club sports, the list of club teams, and also we have intramural sports, a lot of signups that happen at the beginning of each semester for students. If you're looking to just have some fun with your friends, all of it's run through our student engagement office at the University Rec Center. Anything I missed on that, Carrie?
Nope, I think you're all set. Can you review how to log into your Bronco email?
Yeah. Okay. Just go back here. Admitted Broncos. Okay. So setting up the net ID password and login, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah. So you should have received, like I said, an email when you were admitted to the university that's going to have you go log back into your Gold Gateway account, the account you used when you applied, and it's going to ask you to view your decision. In that decision letter, it will have your Bronco Net ID and your Western identification number. And then it should talk to you about setting up your GoWMU account. All right, you'll first have to change your password to set that up. And then you'll be able to go to, it's just GoWMU or GoWMU.wmish.edu. And then you'll be able to log in there, and you'll be able to get into your Western Michigan portal. That's where your financial aid offer will eventually show up. That's where you would register for classes, sign up for housing. That's where your classes will show up once you do register for them, to be able to get into those classes. And if you have any further issues with that, feel free to reach out to myself, Carrie, or Colin Scott, our other colleague. We'd be happy to help you. Or if there's any technical issues, we will be able to hunt those down and work with our IT to get that information resolved.
We do have a question about, will classes go back to normal in fall 2020, or will they be online format only?
Okay, so right now we did just make the announcement that all summer 1 courses are going to be going to online distance learning. All of that is indicated at the COVID-19 update section on our website. Courses will be offered at online rates, and you can look through that information as you will. At the moment, after that, everything right now, all the information we have is that things are going to be going as planned right now. Obviously, this is a very fluid situation, and we are our leadership is constantly talking about the next steps, what to do, best interest for our students and staff and faculty safety. So any updates that happen obviously will be on that COVID-19 website. So like I said, if you go right here for WMU's COVID-19 response, scroll down, it'll give you plenty of information about our president's letter to our students about talking about the summer session 1. If anything were to happen for future sessions, so summer 2 or the fall, we hope not, but obviously things are constantly moving and fluid right now. That would be indicated here, and then we would obviously reach out to all of you students with any updates and any accommodations that need to be made. So I would just keep in touch with us as a staff, as well as keep eyes on this web page right here. Any updates, we get those on there as soon as they are available for our students.
Typing away over here.
Uh,
Okay, another question that we have is there a difference between a guaranteed single and a single room?
A guaranteed single in a single room.
I believe they're asking regarding the transfer specific housing.
Well, the transfer specific housing, like I said, if you stay in the single room, it is at a discounted rate. I don't know if that's the case for any other singles on campus, but I can speak for Schilling Hall. As I said, again, go back to the admitted Bronco webpage, scroll down to housing, click on transfer learning communities, and it will kind of outline where it says Schilling Hall. It will outline what that looks like as far as the discounted rate. You can see the savings for the year. If you click on it on Schilling Hall, it'll give you some information about that hall. It'll give you some pictures. It'll give you, I believe it has the room layout, yes, things like that. So.
And then I'm not sure about this question. I believe so. Someone asked, I just signed up for classes and I know we don't pay tuition until right before the semester starts. Is there a way to see my total balance for the classes? And that also, it kind of goes with our financial aid offer. You can go on, when you log into your GoW account, so you guys will be able to go to your financial aid section and you'll be able to see a more outlined calculation of specifically what you'll be able to pay through any scholarships that you guys are awarded, any loans that you might qualify for, and then it'll determine specifically what you might need to pay out of pocket if you do need to do that. So if you guys haven't logged into your GoW accounts, that's where you're going to find all that information.
Yes, and as I said, a lot of that will be made much more clear once our financial aid office is able to get those initial financial aid offers out to you. Like I said, within the next few weeks is when they're looking to do that. I believe right around the Easter holiday, I believe is kind of the target area. But if you have any questions, financial aid is available for our students. You can see the number right here. They obviously know that there's going to be a lot of financial questions, so they are available for students. You can see 269-387-6000, and you can also go to their contact us page and leave them a question. It'll just ask you for your ID number and a little bit of information about you, and they are working hard to get back to students as quickly as possible with all of their financial questions. And as always, you can always go through us as well, and we'll do the best to hunt down those answers for you.
Okay, and we do have one question. What's the best way to engage with other transfers, specifically if you're transferring from a four-year and don't plan on staying on campus? Would it be possible to create a Facebook for incoming freshmen fall 2020, sharing tips, advice, staying connected?
I mean, absolutely. I know one of the things that we were working on with our other colleague, Colin Scott, who was working on getting together a transfer student group organization on campus for incoming transfers to kind of help with that transition, meet new people. We're still planning on getting that done. It's sort of kind of been shuffled to the back a little bit with the situation going on, but we are working on getting an opportunity for transfer students to engage with others. Obviously, attending the orientation is a great opportunity for that, and meeting new transfer students through the Find Your Roommate portal, as well as once you get on campus, going to the Bronco Bash and getting involved. Many of our transfers, a lot of them are involved on campus. I mean, Carrie can speak to this being a transfer student. You were in Greek life, correct, Carrie? So.
Yes, I was a part of Greek life. I was also part of a mental health organization on campus as well. So the best way to really get involved on campus would be, like I said, get a campus job. I met a lot of people through that. I lived on campus, and then also joined a few extra clubs outside of specifically just my Greek life organization. So really, the best way to do it is, you can't just kind of sit on the sidelines and expect that people are just going to come up and, start the conversation. Sometimes you got to put yourself out there a little bit and start the conversation. and put yourself out there, whether that's with a job on campus or off campus, living in the halls, or joining different organizations that you might not have been interested with before, or something that's even, super exciting for you that's related to your academic major, or something that's super fun just socially for you as well.
Yeah, and another thing I wanted to mention, although the Phi Theta Kappa scholarship is only offered to community college students, any Phi Theta Kappa member can join that organization once they start here on campus. The president is Kylie Kegler. Her information's on the Phi Theta Kappa website in the student organizations page. You can reach out to her if you're looking to join the organization. Coming up this fall, I know they do a lot of volunteering in the Kalamazoo area, as well as holding meetings and things like that. So that's another way to engage with other transfers. And like I said, we are planning on trying to get a transfer student organization for specifically transfer students up and running. But once that is open, we will likely reach out to students to let them know how and who to contact.
One other question that we have is, with Summer 1 classes being fully online, how exactly will be getting books for coursework? Will it all be digital now? And if you're in a difficult class, how will you be getting tutoring?
So I would, obviously this decision was just made today. So we are still figuring out that information. I would work really closely with your academic advisors in the academic colleges. With those, they are ready and willing to help you with those questions regarding books. I know tutoring sessions, although I don't know this for a fact, I can imagine they're probably going to end up a lot like this, with Zoom appointments and chat groups and things like that, and tutorials. We are working best we can right now to provide everything we can for our students, especially summer students, with this change in course. But like I said, continue to work directly with your academic college advisors. They will be great resources for how to expect things happening moving forward with summer courses.
Mm-hmm. Another question that I got is, what can we do now at home to ensure a smooth transfer process besides scholarships, jobs, and housing? How can we acclimate socially? So we kind of reviewed that a little bit. But for clubs specifically, I think would be a great opportunity for students to meet other people. Mm-hmm. I don't know about anything else that you would recommend.
So as far, looking up some of the clubs at the Student Life website, see what you're interested in. We have over 450, everything from squirrel watching to yoga clubs to zombie apocalypse survival clubs, everything in between. We have e-gaming, if you're into e-gaming, things like that, fitness related clubs, a Parallel 45 club for students that want to get involved with that. A lot of opportunities. I would just do some research. And as far as making sure the transition is smooth, just communicate with us. We're always available by email. Let me take you to our page. If you go to the general admissions page, scroll down to find your rep. And then this is brand new. We finally got a button on the website. This is exciting. You can go to our transfer page, so you can actually see our faces. Our Colin is our assistant director. He hasn't had a picture yet. He's newer, but you can see our smiling faces. You have our emails. Reach out via email. At any time, we are very good at getting back with students with any questions you need. And I always tell students that if I don't know the answers, or if Carrie doesn't know the answer, anybody, we will find the people that do, and we will do it quickly for you.
Mm-hmm. Are there any volunteer opportunities available at WMU? I know within my personal organization, we volunteered outside of WMU, but we do have a lot of great registered organizations that you can volunteer with that have like a specific philanthropy that they volunteer with. One thing that I love on campus as well is our food pantries. Specifically, what's the official name exactly?
Invisible Need.
Yeah, the Invisible Need Project, which is really great. So it offers, so a lot of students do volunteer at that as well. So it basically is a food pantry on campus. So if any students are running into any issues, supplying food for themselves, they can pop into the Invisible Need Project, and they'll be able to, pick and choose what they might like from that. So a lot of students I know do volunteer specifically at that on campus.
Yeah, and another thing I know, speaking of the Phi Theta Kappa organization, I know they do a lot of work with Habitat for Humanity, as well as do other areas, environmental sustainability studies. A lot of students in all a various amount of academic disciplines work with them, as well as Loaves and Fishes right here in Kalamazoo, the soup kitchen for low-income families and things like that. A lot of opportunities on campus and in the area for volunteering, yes.
All right, does anyone else have any last minute questions at all before we sign off? Give you guys a minute.
Yeah. We appreciate everyone's time. Some great questions. We hope this was helpful. I think we got something.
I joined PTK recently, so I did not apply with it. So how do I add it to my application? If you want to email one of us privately, we will be able to fix that on your application so that you will be considered for the PTK scholarship. And then also just make sure with any updated transcripts that you guys are sending us that it is indicated that you are part of PTK on your transcripts, because we do verify through your transcripts if you're part of PTK.
And if for some reason, most colleges do have that indicator on their transcript, but if for some reason they don't, you should be sent a certificate of membership through Phi Theta Kappa. And if you can just email us a copy of that, we will look at that and use that as confirmation as well.
And then someone just asked really quickly, where do you find the roommate finder? Again, it's good if you go back to that.
Yep, no problem. Transfer admissions page. Trying to keep this consistent. There's a lot of different ways you could find this, but just try and keep this consistent for everybody. So go down to housing, register for on-campus housing, and then right here, roommate finder. Give you some information about it. And then you'll just click on the housing portal, select residence halls, and then roommate group. It takes you right through the steps. And what that looks like and how to do it, and going from there. Yeah.
One question that we have is, my final transcript is the same as the transcript I originally applied with. Do I need to send one before classes start? So if you guys are currently taking classes or you plan to take classes in the summertime, we do need to have that updated transcript sent to us. We will send you then an updated credit evaluation so that you guys can, get registered for classes that prereqs, for example, and then you guys will receive, like I said, the credit evaluation, so you know exactly how those classes will transfer over.
Yep, and if you already finished all of your courses, if we already have all of the documentation needed, up to date, ready to go, then no, there is no need to send us an additional copy. If we do need anything, we would reach out to you.
Not saying any other questions as of now, but if you guys do ever have any questions, like Steve said, totally feel free to always email or give us a call. We are doing normal work hours as of right now, so we can always help you if you guys ever have any questions.
I thought I saw one flash up there. Do you see it?
He just said, thanks for your time.
Oh, great. Well, you're welcome. And thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate your time and patience with us. Like I said, this is our first run. Hopefully it was helpful for you. And like Carrie said, if you have any further questions, please let us know. We are happy to help you at any time.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, guys.